Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
Yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. You know, it is championship weekend, and I'm joined by the man that will be watching championship weekend as well. But let's talk about the Super Bowl. Austin.
Yeah, this is going to be a big Super Bowl. A lot of these teams have a lot riding on this, especially the Ravens, 49ers, and Chiefs. The Lions weren't expected to get this far, but we'll kind of talk about the arguments for each team, what would mean the most for them, and then kind of at the end pick which team would benefit the most from winning a title this year.
Okay, what team do you want to start with first?
We can start with the Chiefs. I think it's the easiest. Mahomes would get his third. Reed would get his third. Kelsey would get his third. They go back to back, and with one of the weaker rosters since Mahomes has become a starter. So I think that it would mean a lot, but it kind of won't mean as much as some other teams.
Yes, I think Chiefs fans are. I think they would love to get a third, but also you have two in the last 5 years. That's pretty incredible. Just be grateful for two.
Yeah, but three makes it a dynasty.
Yeah,
this would make it a dynasty.
That's a great point.
So it definitely means a lot. I mean, winning a Super Bowl for any team means a lot. So we don't want to sound like it won't matter.
Discredit it, but it's just like if I'm gonna say cookie or it's like cake to Super Bowl, this is just like a third cake. But it would go to a lot. I think we've had this video. We've discussed the GOAT debate. The GOAT debate is closed for a long time with Tom Brady. But
we're talking about how he could make it.
How he could make it. This goes to a lot towards Mahomes. However, I'm not saying, because I don't want to get into it. It just goes into, man, Mahomes' resume is incredible. If he gets three, it's already incredible. As long as I heard the stat on New Heights, and I was like, whoa. Mahomes has been in the AFC Championship every year he's been a starter.
All 6 years he's been
all 6 years. Because that rookie year was the Patriots AFC Championship game.
Not his rookie year.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in the league 7
first
years.
Year starting.
He didn't start as a rookie. Him and Brady
didn't
both.
start as rookie. Yeah. So his first year starting was against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game where they lost in overtime. Yeah, that was overtime, right?
Yeah. Mahomes couldn't see the field. Brady drove him right down and scored a touchdown.
Was it James White that got that touchdown run?
No, it was Rex Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead. Ooh, that's a good one.
I rewatch that game every once in a while. It's one of the best AFC championships ever. So
yeah, dude,
I rewatch that all the time.
So there's that, and now you have him going to Baltimore. So it would mean a lot for the Chiefs, and it would definitely one of the weaker rosters. I think it would go into just how incredible Mahomes is with that offense, and Andy Reid is a coach all time as well.
Yeah, we can move on to who they play against. It's the Ravens. Lamar would get his first after probably getting his second MVP before the Super Bowl. So he'd have 2 MVPs Super Bowl. John Harbaugh would have his second Super Bowl ring, and the Ravens would get their third Super Bowl in their existence. They would be 3-0 in Super Bowls, and this would kind of start a new era of dominance for them.
Yes, and I was thinking about this too. I was wondering before this season, how did Ravens fans feel about John Harbaugh? Because I'm like, I think he's a fantastic coach. He's one of the longest tenured, but I'm like, I wonder if he didn't have this success in the playoffs, if there are going to be rumors of him following or fans being dissatisfied.
Yeah, I think they also knew, though, that they're not going to blame him for how he plays minus Lamar. And there was a lot of games last year and the year before that without Lamar, and that definitely affects how you can coach and how your team will play.
Yeah, I think this would mean a lot for the Ravens because, yeah, you mentioned 3-0. This would be 10 years, almost 10 years. Would it be exactly 10 years? It was 2013? The Niners, Ravens?
It was the 2012 season, though.
2012 season.
So the
Okay.
Super Bowl took place in 2013.
2013.
But this is taking place in 2024. So it would be
the
11
ninth
years.
season.
11.
11. The
2013 to 2024.
Yeah, okay,
11.
got it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but then that would be pretty crazy. Because were they almost? Because they won 2000. No, it wasn't 2002. Was it 2001 season? The Ravens' first Super Bowl, or was it 2000?
2000.
2000. Okay, got it. Because 2002, I believe, is Patriots. But yeah, this would mean a lot, especially for Lamar and the Ravens, where they looked to be on the verge of a breakup, and they were able to come to an agreement because no one else tried for Lamar, really. So I think this would mean a lot, especially because it seems like the Ravens have never been able to get over that hump since the 2012 championship, as we just figured out. So this would mean a lot for them. But anything else you want to say about the Ravens?
No, it would mean a lot, though. We can go over to the 49ers.
Can I mention one more thing about the Ravens? Because I just thought about this. How would this impact Odell Beckham Jr.? Because it would be...
It depends on how he plays.
Yeah, okay.
Because if he plays well, it would be his second time playing well in the Super Bowl. Obviously, last time he got hurt, but...
Yeah, that was my only thing. I'm like, I wonder how he would feel, because he would have 2 rings in less than 3 years. Right? Yeah. It was 3 years ago when the Rams won.
2? Yeah, 2.
Yep.
Because 2021 season.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that was the only thing I wanted to mention, but now I'll let you choose the next team, or we'll go back
to
the
we'll just go over to the 49ers, and this is a team that's been there a lot. Obviously lost to the Ravens last time. If they were to play again, it would be a rematch of the Harbaugh Bowl. They also made it and lost to the Chiefs, so if they played either of these teams, it would be a rematch of a 2010s, or in the case of the Chiefs, 2020. So it would be 2013 or 2012 season and 2019 season, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would be the 2012 season and the 2019 season, because it took place in 2020, the Super Bowl. And a rematch, no matter what, if they make it. What this would mean for Brock Purdy, what this would mean for Kyle Shanahan, someone who's historically crumbled in those big games. And whether it's play calling or deciding not to run the ball for the Falcons or whatever. And then for a lot of these players, Fred Warner, Christian McCaffrey would finally have one. That really bolsters. I think McCaffrey would almost certainly be a Hall of Famer if he just kept a couple more years of this continued play, because he's been so amazing, and a Super Bowl would just bolster that. The 49ers would finally have a success. They've been very good for the majority of the past 15 years. The problem has just been they haven't been able to get over the hump, whether Alex Smith or Colin Kaepernick or Jimmy Garoppolo, and now Brock Purdy has his chance.
Yes. And I think Brock Purdy would be incredible too. I think it would mean the most for Shanahan, but if Christian McCaffrey is healthy and plays for the Super Bowl, and let's say he gets Super Bowl MVP, do you know what would happen to the running back conversation, Austin? Because you know the stat I brought up, correct? About the leading rusher and his team?
The fact that the leading rusher hasn't had more than, what was it, $3 million, or what was his contract?
No, I'm talking about the leading rusher for Super Bowl champion. The same year a team won the Super Bowl and had the leading rusher in the NFL. Do you remember which team that was?
Oh, you're saying, okay. So that'd be Emmitt Smith. I'm assuming we had this conversation.
I believe it's Emmitt Smith or it's Terrell Davis from the Broncos in '98.
It could have
say-
been either of those years
Yeah, it could be either of those years.
because they won back to back.
But for the time for everyone, so that's almost 20 years. If I'm assuming you know who the leading rusher is.
It was TD, I believe,
It
because
was
TD
TD.
led the league in rushing in 1998.
1998. Okay. So yeah, very long time ago. Emmitt Smith though was a very good guess. But I feel this one, you know who the leading rusher is right now in this season.
Yeah, it's McCaffrey by a wide margin.
So that would go back to the running back conversation and just how important it is a running back in this NFL season. Or NFL, what word am I trying to say? Just this NFL world. If everyone gets what I'm saying. Because I wonder, because we saw the Lions. I know I'm getting to the Lions. They drafted a running back 12. They're in the NFC Championship game. So that kind of would this be the renaissance of the run game if the Niners won?
Say that again.
Would this be I said renaissance of the run game. Would this be the renaissance of the running back if McCaffrey got Super Bowl MVP and the Niners won?
I say no,
No? Okay.
because I think we've seen running backs lead their team we saw Derrick Henry in 2019 kind of will his team to the AFC Championship game. And it's definitely not the renaissance of the running game.
Yeah, not
because-
running game.
Because the Ravens are such a great running team as a team. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because
But
I
it
think
would
those
be
elite
huge
running
for the
backs have always
Niners.
been valued.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I think the very elite running backs have always been valued as can lead their team to wins. It's those very, very good or even great. It's just the elite that can really push them over the edge.
All right. But yeah, this would be huge for the Niners because they've come so close. 2019, 2012, as you mentioned. They just haven't been able to win it. But yeah, this would go a lot into Shanahan and Brock Purdy's legacy. So I think I think it would mean a lot. I think it would mean
Well, also
more.
the 49ers, their streak of not winning is longer than the Cowboys by 1 year. So
Except but they've actually gotten over the hump of getting to the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's a great point.
doesn't matter until you win it.
Yeah, I know. That's very true. But now I think we can all agree this upcoming team, it would mean the most for the Lions.
I'm really, really close between the Lions and 49ers. I'm really close because it would mean a lot because Jared Goff is back with his second team. Obviously, the Lions haven't won a championship or a Super Bowl, I should say. They won a championship back in the 50s or 40s or whatever, back when the NFL didn't merge yet. But it would mean a lot for Dan Campbell, but it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot. Especially to the city. If we're talking for a city, yes, 100%. But for a team, it would still mean a lot because whenever you win your first, it means a lot. I'm sure you know that as a Rangers fan, right?
Yes.
It means a lot, no matter if you're expected to win that year or not. But for the 49ers, such a big team, such a big fan base, not winning for as long as they have and being so close, I think it's very close between those two.
Yeah, I agree. I always feel like the Niners have won one, but you've mentioned it. Yeah, their streak is longer than the Cowboys by 1 year, but they've just been so close, which has got to be heartbreaking. Then you look at the Lions. So the Lions were 0-16 a few years ago. Well, in Dan Campbell's first
2008.
season.
No.
Huh?
What? In whose first season?
I thought it was Dan Campbell. Or
No.
were they just...
No. They were like 3-13. Or
Okay.
something. They were bad.
But yeah, they were 0-16. I
In
think you said 2008. And then just to be on the mountaintop. I think if you're a Lions fan, you're grateful already, but you're like, man, dude, it'd be so great And what would it mean for Dan Campbell and coaches like Dan Campbell? Because there aren't many coaches like him, but he's just
True,
he
I
was
don't think you can really describe him like another coach. Like, even he is so unique that I don't really know how it affects coaches like him because all those coaches are still different.
Yes, I agree. I like you said it better than me. He's unique. You can't really describe him. And he always just seemed as an outlier to me. I think when he was hired, I'm like, man, I don't think this is going to work. But it has worked. This is incredible. Dan Campbell has been amazing. What he's done for Detroit. But yeah, the city, I think it would mean a lot. But also for the team as well. You mentioned Jared Goff. This has got to be incredible just because of he was so close one year, lost to the Patriots. But then on the other side for the Niners, you have Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, and Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, with all the heartbreak they've had in recent years, it's really close between those two. I'll say the Lions, it means more. But there's less Lions fans than 49ers fans. The Lions haven't put as much into this Super Bowl, even though they haven't won in forever. If we're talking money and hours and everything, 49ers have put much more into that.
Yes.
But I think it would mean the most for the Lions because I think whenever you win your first, it means more than any of the ones you win after.
And it's unexpected too. I think because I felt like, hey, they could be good. We'll see.
But does that mean more if it's unexpected? I don't think the Ravens expected to be here.
Like the Rangers one means a lot to me, and it's just unbelievable.
Because I think it would have if they had won 111 games and won it, you would not have be more happy or less happy. I think the result was going to be what it was, no matter, or your happiness level is going to be what it was, no matter what happened.
I think it's more shock value because there were points in the Rangers season where I'm like, dude, they're not going to make the playoffs, and then they got.
I think you're shocked no matter what.
That's true.
It's your first. I don't think it matters if you're great.
I see what you're saying. To me, it's just like, wow, they really went this far. But onto the Niners' perspective, you've been so close to the mountaintop. You're right, because I think it's a fair comparison. It's the mountaintop. You're the first to get there, or you're at the top. But when you've played against everyone, they've been one step away from the mountaintop, but they've just missed it. So it would mean a lot for them too.
Yeah. Well, it is insane that the Lions made a NFC championship in the 2000s before the Cowboys.
And they were 0-16 in that same century, and they made it to the NFC championship game before the Cowboys. But, yeah, no, I'm just going to take one look at my Rangers poster, and we're good. Feel better.
Okay.
Dude, I would love to see videos of Lions fans. Like, those are so fun. Reacting if they made it to won the Super Bowl. I'm sure they got it winning.
I will say that the 49ers winning would have again, there's people who are either born, like if you were born in 90, you were 5 when they won.
Yeah.
So I don't think that really counts as seeing a win. And now you're 33, 34 maybe.
Sports consciousness probably doesn't start until like 10.
That's a fair point. I think 10 is about where you actually start.
Like, do you remember the Packers win?
Much?
Like you were on the verge.
Because I was we won it in 2010, but it happened in 2011. I was 8. Yeah, I was 8. And I remember having a Super Bowl party at my house, and I remember being there, but I don't remember being happy. I don't remember actually what happened. I know what happened because I've rewatched the game, but I don't know in the moment like any particular play. Same thing with the Yankees. They won in 2009. I was 7.
Same thing with the Mavs for me. Like it's right on the verge. Like it's 2011. I was 9. Yeah, I was 9. Or no, I turned 10. No, I just turned 9 because it happened on my birthday.
It's just, the Bruins won in 2011, and I remember watching.
Yeah,
but that's about it. I don't remember the actual feeling. I'm sure now, 30 years from now, Kevin, you will still remember how you felt.
I think I can tell you exactly where I was when the Corey Seager home run was hit because I didn't watch it live. I was working, and I pulled in, and I get a text: Corey Seager 2-run home run. Dude, it's insane. I'm gonna rewatch that game tonight, actually. So, yeah, we've gone on a little off track, but that's why it's opinions of the week. So, I both agree. NFC, the Ravens and Chiefs, it would mean a lot for them. Super Bowl is incredible, but it's pretty recent for both teams.
For players, it would mean the most for Lamar. Lamar or Purdy.
Yeah,
but I think it would be Lamar. It would mean the most for. But if
it
we're
would also
talking
be
team,
cool. My mom has mentioned this. I told you off air, not recording, but if Jim Harbaugh won an college championship,
oh yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. It wouldn't mean anything legacy-wise, more or less, but it would be cool to say.
It would be cool to say, and it would also be a little bit weird because if John Harbaugh wins, it seems like there's a connection between him and his brother because he won his first Super Bowl against his brother in the championship. And then once his brother wins a championship, then he wins a championship. So is it like brother rivalry? He's like, all right, now I really got to go win. Yeah. But that's all we got. Any final thoughts or?
No.
All right. Let us know what you think. Let us know when sports consciousness happens. Give us a ranking. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders' Opinions and try to comment. We try to get to them as much as we can and be on the lookout for more from us.